Welcome to Team Daikon project levels. My name is Michael Altman. This is my level, and I hope you enjoy it. As the scrapper, I will attempt to interact with the car, causing it to slide in the water, creating a path to the other side. Before doing that, however, I did happen to grab a piece of scrap metal. Made it to the other side, avoiding the toxic water. As the scrapper, I will use the broken tire to break through the window, allowing me access into the building. You have to use the tire several times, actually, because the windows actually tend to be a little bit hard to break. Crouching the way through the window and grabbing the broken tire again, you'll have to use it to break through the window, allowing access to the next room. Picking up a scrap metal along the way and then crouching once more to get through. Coming upon the next room, you must use the grapnel to move the crates and uncover the door so I can proceed to the next room. You press E to open the door and collect a scrap metal along the way. In the next room, you collect one more scrap metal and then grab the door once more to get to the next part. In a room full of cubicles, I must decide which way I need to go. Finding a scrap metal and looking through the room to find my area, I find out that you must crouch under the broken cubicle and crawl through the opening to the cracked window. Trying the door and it is locked did not work. Finding another scrap metal and then going back to grab another crate to break the window seems to be the best objective in my mind. Obviously, again, the windows are a little hard to break through, so I must try over and over to do it. Still trying here. Not working very well. And I think we just made contact. There we go. Into the next room, full of table. Finding up a piece of scrap metal. This time, I will use the grapnel to throw table through the window to access the elevator in the next room. Takes a few time again, but windows are hard to break in mine. I think I have a form of plexiglass, in mine. So. Oh, that door is locked. I figured I'd go ahead and try it. Jump through the window, looking around, there's the elevator. Oh wait, there's a door with a whole bunch of scrap metal. 3, 4, and 5. Oh, there's another one. There's number 6. And then going up to the elevator, I will interact with the elevator, which will bring me up to the second floor, allowing me access to the next room. Breaking through this room, finding a whole bunch of racks and scrap metal. Jump onto the racks and actually get the scrap metal themselves before proceeding to the next room. I think I need to break through this window to get to the next room. I must move the crate to create a staircase in order to reach the window and break through it in order to reach the next room. And I made short work of that, so that worked out pretty well. Looks like I need to move the crate to break through this door. Oh, looks like there's a hidden breakable wall there. Ooh, and a whole bunch of scrap metal pieces that I can collect for myself. There we go. And moving on, another scrap metal. And then coming up onto a door. Uh-oh, that door is locked too. Might need to make my way back and figure out where I need to go. Oh, there's another scrap metal. Oh. I must crouch down and travel through the ventilation shaft in order to reach the next area of the building. This looks like a little bit of fun and a whole bunch of scrap metal. Gotta like that. I must crouch and jump through the debris to get to the breakable wall, which I can smash through once to get to reach the next area. Running and jumping through the next wall, trying to get through that breakable wall, seems to be the best option. Ooh, look at all the scrap metal. Collect all the scrap metal before going to the next room, because that is the way of the game. I am a completionist. I will interact with the elevator, which will bring me up to the 3rd floor, allowing me access to the next room. I will jump across the debris and avoid damaging liquid in order to reach the other side. Break through the door, pick up some scrap metal, and then use the table to get across, as well as grab that table and take it with me, because I think I'm going to need that. Grab some more scrap metal. Ooh, I knew I was going to need that table. Before I do, I want to grab that scrap metal, and I'm going to break through the window with the table, leap to the ground, completing this part of my level. Again, the window is very, very hard to damage, but it's a lot of fun. And whee, here we go. I bounce off the air mattress, keeping me safe from falling off on my death. This is Jason's level, and since he is at work, I'm going to go ahead and narrate it for him. Starting to jump over debris and then crawling under to grab a scrap metal. Then finding a wall to break through and finding more scrap metal. You head to the next part and go into the sewer to actually hit a button to power up something. Nothing there. Then back out of the sewer and through the wall. Scrap metal under some more debris and climb over that one. And it doesn't seem to, there's anything over there. Got another scrap metal. But I'm moving to some very intricate areas with great terrain. Finding another scrap metal. And then heading to the next area. And then you must make your way through the maze, finding scrap metal as well, to get to the next part of the obstacle. Move these boxes out of the way. Oh, must jump into the platforms and avoid the water, and then grab the scrap metal and make it across.
My name is Josh Neeson. This is my level. So this is a bank that the scrapper comes across. When you walk inside, you see the vault door and a book. The player walks up to the book, picks it up, and goes to the vault controller, and we don't have the code, so we can't open the vault yet. Come around the back side. There's a wall we can run through, an opening in this area. You can crawl under, pick up another book, crawl back out. You come around here, you can see there's a dead end, or is it? Run to the back, pick up another scrapper journal, and then you make a makeshift stairs out of a couple blocks, reach up and pull down the stairs. So once you climb up the stairs, you're rewarded with a little piece of gear at the top. You come around the other side, jump the gap, and you're greeted with another gap. You can fill with a box, and you're rewarded with some cash. Jump on the box to jump across. Then you're greeted with a bigger crossing that you can use one of these planks of wood to bridge the gap. It's a little tricky. So then you're greeted with the busted pipe, the first of few. You crawl under that to get a piece of gear. Come around the other side, you're greeted with a second burst pipe. You jump around the side and get another book. Under the stairs there's a health pack in case you take some damage. And at the top of the stairs, the third and final busted pipe with flames. And then you enter the scrapper's room where he has a fifth book. Leave the area, come out here for the sixth and final book, and then a chute that leads to the end. And this is where a script would say the key is K, I don't have that script yet. So then you press K of the vault controller, you open the vault, run through, pick up some scabs, some gears, the close button for the vault, and inside you have another health pack, so you can restore your health before you enter their next area. Run through, climb up some boxes onto a shelf, get some more cash, and you come get some gear, and you exit the area, and you escape the bank.
Hi, this is Trevor ONeill, and this is my level. You will first enter my level, the complex, through this front door here. You will then move along, following through this corridor here. That box at the top left is a ventilation shaft into an area with some more collectibles. You can use those boxes to get into it. Moving along through this corridor, you will use these lifts, move them up, and get them into position on the second floor so you can progress later in the level across the second floor. Through here are some collectibles hidden around these cars. This area is sort of a junkyard area. The complex is mainly used for creating different, prototypes and things like that. So this entire part of the level is all explorable. A lot of it's movable with the grav null. You can see there's another collectible hidden over here. Moving on to the second level, up these stairs. Normally, these lifts would be in place. For now, we have these bars across. We couldn't get the scripts to work, so moving across these platforms. We'll now go into the next part of the second floor. There's some collectibles hidden over there. Next part of the second floor, you can either walk through or move these boxes to break through and get to this area. You must cross over this area. If you fall, you will die. This is the other side. You can either crouch underneath or climb to the next level through there. Cross across these rafters. There are some collectibles in this corner. Once again, you will die if you fall through those holes. Then you continue along your level over here, and there's a small maze to get to the next floor. Run through the maze here. And now we enter the stairwell onto the next level. These boxes are interactable, but they are not used for anything but decoration. That is back down to the second level. It's another collectible there. On this level, you must break into this safe. You can either use that box that's provided for you, or you can use the grav null to either rip off or move to these doors to the side. Grab the collectibles through here. Now you must break through this wall to escape the level. You can either throw a box through it, or you can just run through it, sort of like Iron Man. Those are not grabbable with the grav null. Moving along, you will now exit the level, and you will move to the next area.
Hello, my name is Thomas Hall, and this is the start of my level. I started the level with basic tutorial actions. The player has to crouch under debris, jump over debris, and here they're introduced to physics objects, which they can move, but they can immediately jump over. The door there, they can either push, or as they have done there, crouch underneath. The checkpoints are denoted by the some of our constructions there. The player can find their second collectible underneath debris there. It's in plain sight. If the player continues, they'll find these machines, and if they go down here, they will find the first turret. They throw a physics object, they'll destroy the turret, which will emit an explosion. Seeing it's destroyed, they can also find the first two focus crystals this way. The player continues towards here where another door is shown. They can move this door in order to enter the storeroom. Another checkpoint's here. The player is then encountered by a turret and toxic waste. On the right is the introduction to toxic waste. There's no turret. The turret is a more advanced version of this setup. If the player did not destroy the turret, they would find themselves in immediate trouble when trying to cross the toxic waste, as they would gain damage from both the toxic waste and the turret. The player is able to create a bridge using those crates, although at the moment they appear to be too heavy for the player. Adjustments will happen over time. But a daring player is able to jump through the waste. Once the player has all of the focus crystals, it opens up the elevator area, where the player can go down to the lower level where the level's main objective, the microfusion power cell, is present. The players then finds the final and most advanced version of the turret setup, where they encountered two turrets which are very close to each other, which also block their path towards the microfusion power cell. As of the current moment, they only have a limited amount of resources in order to try and destroy these turrets, and the distance to throw the objects is quite far. As the player is demonstrating, it is quite difficult in order to destroy these two turrets. A player is unwilling to cross for whatever reason, inexperienced to jumping, then they're able to use the planks scattered around this area, the lighter rectangles on the floor, to bridge the gap between the three platforms in the center of this room. Although it is not shown here, destroying one turret will destroy the turret's coverage of the total turret's coverage for half the room. If the player fails to make the performing jump, then they're immediately killed by the toxic waste at the bottom. There's no way of getting back up at this current time. Daring player is entirely able to jump across the platforms whilst being shot by both turrets. This is extremely difficult, although it is entirely possible to do with enough practice. The player here is showing that this is possible. Once the player has retrieved the microfusion power cell, they'll lead up the elevator towards the next level.
Hello and welcome to Jerry Wisdom's level build. Once in the elevator, you drop down into the sandy area. You will come to a key item hidden in some crate boxes. Make your way over to the door and press E to enter. Without the key, the door will not work or open. Once in the building, there are 3 bucket items that you have to interact with the fires to get through. Some of my fires are not working as of right now though, and my cast object is optional on the barrel. Once in the alleyway, you can pick up an optional health item to heal. Get the crate, get up on the catwalk, and acquire the bucket of water to put out what would be the 4th fire. Once around the corner, idea is to crawl underneath the pipes and acquire the 5th bucket of water to put out the last fire for the buckets, and enter the store to get the optional cash item and zip line. Go up the ladder with E. In the rest area you will drop down into, you have 3 items that you have to pick up, plus some optional cash items. But my door is currently not working. Before you can go up this fire escape, there is an optional first aid kit to pick up. Once that's acquired, go up the fire escape and you will make your way to the ladder at the top to get access to the roof. Once that's done and you're on the roof, make your way over to the other side. Here there's an item, a fire extinguisher that's down in the alleyway to put out that fire, but it was skipped. Make your way up the next fire escape, which should be the 3rd fire escape, but the second one was skipped. Once up to the top of the roof, you'll make to a zip line that will allow you to press E. Once you have the zip handle, that will take you to the last building and down